What is going on, guys? This is Michael Williams from Cartoon Universe, and we have our final Star versus the Forces of Evil review for the week. We're going to do it all over again next week. These two episodes were Lintcatcher and Trial by Squire. Once again, very solid episodes. No real complaints here. It didn't get too heavy into Eclipsa or whatever, but she did make an appearance. I like that they're not just sweeping her under the rug or anything, but this was more so focused on Star and Marco's relationship. Marco coming back to Mewni. Now he has to adjust to Mewni. He showed up uninvited, and like I said, that left for some very awkward, uncomfortable, cringe-inducing situations. That whole conversation with Marco and Star on the staircase was just not a good time. Marco is not... He's just not in a good place. And Star does confirm that Tom, we sort of confirm that her and Tom are a thing. I don't think Marco's happy about that. But yeah, I like how everything's kind of coming together. They're all accumulating. Even the night of the wash, I forget his name, but even that ended up not just being a one-off joke. It actually is legitimately doing a hard, very dangerous, serious job by doing the Mewman's laundry. That's very surprising. So that was very funny. Marco ends up squiring for him. He almost gets killed by the Lintcatcher, but Star has to save him. They were doing some pretty sick combo moves too. I was like, ooh, these are some good fights, boy. So yeah, these are really great episodes. Really kind of solidified Star and Marco's relationship as of right now and where they are. Now Marco is officially a Squire for Star, even though Star just really wanted that to be more so about them hanging out again and being together and not having to worry about all the nitty-gritty details. So I'm interested to see where this goes as far as Marco and Tom kind of dealing with each other and Marco kind of having to suppress his own jealousy now. And it's just, I don't know where it's going to go. I'm not sure how Star and Tom are going to break up. Tom might just become enraged. It might have something to do with the little things that are in his body, that he was trying to get out. That could be a factor. Eclipsa might even be a factor, because they are really tying Eclipsa into everything. Like I said, Eclipsa did show up in Lintcatcher, which you wouldn't necessarily expect, and Star is actually confiding in her, which is very interesting. It's not a very super dramatic scene. It's a very regular scene. It's very normal. Eclipsa is just kind of giving Star advice as her great grandmother, whatever she is, and it's just very casual and kind of funny because Star's eating birdseed, but they just do it in a way that's like, it feels eerie. It still like they built Eclipsa up so much throughout the series that even just this little scene where nothing really happens, it feels like it's actually something's really happening. And another very interesting thing, I don't know if this actually means something or if I'm just misinterpreting, but Star just starts complaining about, how could he just come back into my life, blah, 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 blah. And Eclipsa's on her. She's like, oh, what's his name? And Star said, oh, his name's Marco, blah, blah, blah. And Eclipsa is like, oh, so that's it, Marco. So I don't know if she knows who Marco is. She seemed very like, oh, Marco. That's what it is. Okay, gotcha. And she closed her eyes. She seemed, like I said, she seems like she knows things. I don't know if she can, see into the future to some level, or she just has some, sort of mild, omnipotent abilities to just see a lot of stuff. But it seemed like she knew who Marco was, which there's obviously no reason for that. She's been crystallized the entire series up until recently, and she has not met him unless Star happened to bring him up in conversation, but I highly doubt that. From a writing standpoint, that wouldn't make sense for the audience. So it seemed like she knew Marco. I could just be interpreting it as okay, yeah, so it is a boy. I was right. You're crushing on this dude, and there's some dude problems happening. I was right. But that's not what it seemed like. It was more so the name Marco seemed to spark some type of familiarity with her. So we'll have to wait and see if that actually means something or if I'm just looking too deep into it because it's Eclipsa and the writers want me to look too deep into it. So we'll have to wait and see for that. But I found that very, very interesting. But yeah, we don't get anything crazy with Eclipsa this episode. We'll probably get it pretty soon. But yeah, the trial did not happen this time. Trial by Squire, that was actually legitimately just Star and Marco going through quest by. Fun, lighthearted episode. Basically, they're getting bodied by all these other squires that do not respect him at all because they feel like he was just handed his squiredom, his squireship, whatever you would call it, and they just keep bullying him and messing up his plans. He had a whole list of stuff to get, and it wasn't fun for him. But Star just wanted to buy stuff and hang out and buy silly stuff, and they ended up doing that. So it was a really good episode for their relationship, and again, kind of really solidifying the lighthearted, goofy silliness of their now friendship. I don't know if they're going to ever address the whole fact that Star admitted her feelings for Marco. They seemed like they were kind of trying to dodge that on the staircase in the previous episode. So I'm sure we will eventually, but as of right now, it seems like they're just kind of avoiding it. They're just going to be friends, hang out, and use this time to spend together, because regardless of whoever's romantic feelings for whoever, they, at the end of the day, they do really love each other as friends regardless. So that's kind of want to just build that and just have fun and not worry about anything. And what's really cool, we actually have Marco's room is now on Mewni, so the roles are completely reversed, where it was Star coming to Earth before, now it's Marco coming to Mewni. So that's pretty interesting. I like how they did that. Again, I just have to give kudos to the team that's working on Star right now. I think the way that they're really weaving all these plots, so it all makes sense and it's all concise and it's all telling an arc that is built together. Even though some of the episodes are separate and sort of standalone, they still all work together to create the same narrative through the characters' development, through the story's development, and just tying everything together. Like, I really love how they're doing this, and I think that they're really mastering the way of, kind of having the lighthearted, fun, goofy, sitcom-y episodes, just wacky adventures, but it's still providing some very serious character development for our main characters, and is also relevant to what's already happening to the plot. It's not just some off-handed side thing that has nothing to do with anything. These are all completely connected into one arc, and I really appreciate how they're doing that. So I just want to give a shout out to the writing team and the creators and directors and all the people that work at Star. They're doing a really great job with that. In the next episodes on Monday, we're starting off our Princess Turdina and Starfari. In the first one, Princess Turdina is a surprise visitor, pressures Marco to reveal Turdina's true identity. So this is kind of confusing. I would assume it's Miss Heinous that's going to try to coerce Marco into this, but I think Miss Heinous does not know Princess, quote-unquote, Princess Marco as Princess Turdina. She knows her Marco as Princess Marco. So I don't think there's any confusion there for her, so I don't know who else it would be. Obviously, Ponyhead is the one that called Marco Princess Turdina in the first place, so it could be someone related to Ponyhead or something like that, but I think this is most likely connected to Miss Heinous. She's the one that has the hang-up with Princess Turdina or Princess Marco, so it probably has something to do with that. Maybe Rastakor is back and regenerated. It could be Rastakor, who knows, but that's going to be really cool. And it looks like they might be separated, potentially, Marco and Star, because the next one is Star goes out to the field to understand why humans treat monsters unfairly. So this is going to get really juicy, boy. This is going to get super juicy. We're going to dive into some racism. We're going to get some Eclipsa action, probably some backstory on Eclipsa. That'd be really great. And Star is going to learn a lot of dark secrets about the Mewmins, I think. This is going to be a really heavy episode, but it doesn't say Star and Marco go. So I don't know if these episode descriptions are just late or what's going on there, because the other ones did say Star and Marco when it was Star and Marco. So I don't know. I'd be surprised if Marco didn't join. That'd be kind of silly to just have him come back and not join on this venture. But there could be a reason. Who knows? But especially since he's technically a Squire for Star now. Yeah, I don't know. And also another note, speaking of squires, Star did say that, can princesses even have a squire? Marco asked, and Star said she's a princess, she could do whatever she wants, and obviously Eclipsa was kind of coercing her towards that, by the way, so even though it was a regular discussion, Eclipsa is still kind of planting seeds for rebellion against the general rules, and Star is trying to be better, but she's every now and then somebody's pushing her to do something that isn't quote-unquote princessy, and I think Eclipsa knows this, and Eclipsa knows that Star has these tendencies because Star is a lot like Eclipsa, so I think that was a little nod, nudge, that Star is not exactly following the rules, but that is it for this week. Next week, we're going to come back with all the Star reviews and stuff. Hopefully, we'll do another Steven Universe Save the Light stream soon. We've got brand new Steven Universe episodes releasing on the app, technically at midnight tonight, but it is tomorrow. 6 episodes. What did you guys think of these episodes? What do you think of the current relationship of Star and Marco? Where do you think this is heading? Do you feel the tension? And do you think Eclipsa is really planting seeds? What's going to happen with everybody? Let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I've been Michael Williams. You've been watching Cartoon Universe, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.